Well, part 1 was a hit, so here we are making a part 2 exposing 10 more entitled mothers. Now, I'm all about equality, so if you guys want to see a top 10 list exposing entitled dads, well, you know what you gotta do. Drop some comments down below. But the idea of that list also begs the question, what do we call the typical entitled father? I mean, we have Karen for your entitled mother, but what do we call the typical entitled dad? I think John's a good one. Or Johnny Rogers. No, I'm kidding. You guys gotta let me know what you think works down below. What's going on, guys? I'm your host, Bronstein, and you're watching IO. Follow us on Instagram. And a quick note, guys, me and Jocelyn are having a little competition to see who can get to 10,000 followers first. So follow me and just unfollow her. Appreciate it, guys. Thank you. Make sure you guys subscribe and click the bell icon to never miss a video. And of course, hit that thumbs up button if you guys want a part 3 to this series. Trust me, there's a lot of entitled mom stories out there, unfortunately. As always, I'll be replying to some comments from a previous video, and we'll be following that up with some bloopers. But for now, let's get right into this one. Starting us off at number 10, a story from Reddit user Salty Plum. We'll call our friend here Salt for short. So the story here is Salt gets a vaccine, and because of it his arms are a little sore. Happens all the time when you get a needle. Normal stuff. Salt and his brother were in an EB Games, and their father was planning on having lunch with their mother at the mall, so Salt's mother told him to watch his younger brother. As their father left the store, he punched Salt in the arm lightly as a joke, to which Salt replied, "Ow dad, that's where I got my vaccines." The dad apologized and left, obviously not abusing his son, joking around. Relax. About a minute after, a woman in her 30s approaches Salt and asks him to leave the store because he got vaccinated, meaning he is carrying disease. Salt explains he's not contagious and that he doesn't have the disease because he got vaccinated. Things go from 0 to 100 real quick when this mother loses it and tells Salt he needs to leave and be quarantined. Just to clarify, this woman did not work at the store. After Salt refuses to leave, the woman started screaming at him, saying he shouldn't disrespect her and that he needs to leave. A cashier then comes over, to which the mother explains this 15-year-old boy is infecting the store. Salt explains everything and tells the cashier to check the cameras. The cashier actually saw the whole incident go down, so they ended up kicking the mother out of the store, who was screaming this is a violation of human rights as she was being escorted out. I feel bad for that woman's kids. In number 9, a story from Reddit user DOCOCD. This one is short but sweet. Literally. A woman was celebrating her 35th birthday and hadn't been home to celebrate her birthday for nearly 15 years. Although she wasn't expecting anything special, just a dinner and maybe some cake, what her mother did really took me back. So being the good husband that he is, this woman's partner went out and got her a cake. While he, their kids, and the woman's friend named Bella were in the kitchen preparing the cake, putting candles in and whatever other little things they wanted to put on, the birthday woman's mother stepped into the kitchen and swiped her finger on the edge of the cake. Again, this is the mother of the 35-year-old whose birthday everyone is celebrating, who did this to her own daughter's cake. To make matters worse, the woman's mother then actually cut a corner of the cake off for herself before it was even presented to the birthday girl. When the cake was presented by her husband and friend Bella, the woman celebrating said it was funny how they tried to hide the missing corner from her. At first she figured it was one of her kids who wanted a piece and couldn't wait. When she found out it was her own mother, well, she wasn't thrilled. Number 8, we got the mother of the year here. So a woman in India is kind enough to offer free swimming lessons to children. With this knowledge, an entitled mother we'll refer to as Auntie reached out. At first she confirmed with the instructor that the lessons are free and admitted she can't pay for them and that she's a single mother. After about 20 minutes of no response, Auntie starts to bombard the instructor with messages to prompt a response. When the instructor responds that she's busy in the office so she can't respond right away, Auntie replies, I quote, "Wow, that's rude. I want to know what time today I should bring my son to the pool." The instructor explains she's not teaching today but will message Auntie when she plans on teaching her next class, and that she usually teaches between 3 and 5 p.m. Auntie tells the instructor to change the hours she teaches and tells her to reply faster. After explaining that she works around her actual work schedule where she gets paid, she reiterates she'll let Auntie know when her next class is. This woman tells the instructor it's not fair to her kid because she told him he could go swimming, and then goes on to say it's better for her son to have one-on-one lessons anyway. After the instructor says she isn't comfortable with that, Auntie says it will only be a month of one-on-one lessons, and then he'll learn with the other kids. She also tells the instructor to provide her son with goggles. After the instructor explains that's not how this will go, Auntie calls her a handful of names, tells her that she's privileged, and caps off by telling her that she should charge the parents of the kids she's teaching and give the money she earns to her because she's a single mom who needs it. To make matters worse, Auntie literally sent a text reading, I quote, "I will throw him in the pool tomorrow at 1. If something happens to him, you are responsible," end quote. Well, that's the mother of the year for you. Number 7, Anna Nobilis is a tutor and translator whose boss's sister was looking for someone to tutor their daughter. Anna told her boss she'd be willing to give his sister a discount to teach her daughter, offering a reduced rate 20% cheaper than what she normally charges. This woman, for whatever reason, after reaching out to Anna and being informed instead of $50 an hour, Anna would charge her $40 an hour, told Anna her reduced rate was still too costly and offered her $5 an hour. Over the course of their conversation, the woman offered up to $10 an hour, but this was only after Anna informed that she is fluent in French and certified. Of course, it's also important to mention when this woman found out that Anna was Russian, she questioned how she could be teaching French. Apparently, if you're from a specific country, you can't teach other languages to people, regardless of how fluent or good of a teacher you are. Anna's boss's sister even threatened that she would tell Anna's boss that Anna was rude, yet it turns out that Anna and the boss came to a common understanding that his sister is clearly just an entitled mother. Moving on to number 6, Reddit user Roar for Lion. Our user here was working in a candy shop, and one of the rules at this shop, which I'm certainly glad is a rule, is that kids are not allowed to put their hands in the bin. It's a fair rule, kids touch everything, so it's not fair for a kid to put their dirty hands on the candy people are going to be eating. That's how bacteria and illness spreads. Because of this, the store had signs that read, "You touch, you buy." Of course, one day a family comes in and one of their children, a 9-year-old girl, grabs a large jawbreaker with her hands. You pay by weight, and this jawbreaker was a big one. We're talking about $10 worth. Upon our friend telling the 9-year-old she's going to have to buy it because she touched it, the mother ran up and screamed, "She doesn't have to buy it if she doesn't want to." In a calm manner, our friend here explained the rule and even used the analogy that this woman wouldn't want to eat candy someone else had touched. The woman then agreed to pay for the $10 jawbreaker, but said she wasn't going to buy the other candy her and her family had been packing up, which was allegedly pounds. After the exchange, the woman stormed out as if she was in the right the entire time. Now at number 5, a story from Britt McNeil-Elias. Britt and her husband went to go see the Beauty and the Beast live action film, and knowing to be busy, got to the theater an hour early to get into line to wait for seats. While in line, Britt and her husband befriended the couple in front of them and a group behind them. As the doors opened, Britt, her husband, the couple they befriended, as well as the group they met in line, all found seats together in the middle of the theater. Minutes before the film started, a mother, her husband, and their 3 kids entered the theater. This woman approaches the couple Britt and her husband befriended and tells them they need to move. Out of disbelief, the woman said, "Excuse me?" To which this mother told the couple and the group to move so her and her family can sit there. Now the theater wasn't sold out, but only the front row was available with scattered seats. Obviously not ideal for anyone. When all parties made it clear they wouldn't move, this mother literally threw a tantrum, stomping her feet and screaming that they needed to move. Aside from the embarrassment this woman made her husband and children feel, the cops eventually escorted her out of the theater, and I guess we'll never know if the kids ever got the chance to see the Beauty and the Beast. And at number 4, Retail Nightmare. This story is short and sweet, yet there's so much fun to be had. A woman working in a retail store was holding her purse when a child asked to see it. After showing it to the kid, he wanted to really see it, aka touch it. Obviously the store employee wasn't going to let anyone just see her purse, let alone a random child. After refusing and then putting the purse away in a locker in the back room, the child came back with his mother and pointed out to the store's employee, yelling, "That's the one." This mother walks up to the store employee and literally says, "Did you just tell my child no?" First red flag. After explaining the situation to this mother, she tells the employee to get the purse just to show her child. After the employee refuses, the woman then asks for the store manager, who is informed of the situation and explains that the employee doesn't have to let her son hold her personal property. After offering a solution of letting her son hold the purses they actually sell, and the son demanding to hold the purse belonging to the store's employee, the manager gave this mother the number to the store's corporate office. Minutes later, after the woman called corporate, the store's manager got a call, and after explaining the situation, the person working at the corporate office explained that they will call this woman back, tell her no policies were broken so no action will be taken, and inform the store's manager if she keeps harassing the store employees to call the mall security or police to escort her out. And at number 3, Andy. Now Andy is a hardworking guy. He works construction and has his own hunting business, so he tends to get quite dirty quite often. One day after work, Andy stopped by the store to grab a few things. After a long day, Andy was covered in dirt but didn't think it would matter. While waiting in line, a girl standing beside her mother was staring at Andy, either at the dirt on him or his tattoos. Mother told her daughter not to stare because it's rude, but as they were leaving, Andy overheard the mother say, "That's why I need to stay in school." Upon hearing this, Andy decided to step in and explain to the mother he was an educated, dirty man. Andy explained aside from high school, he also has a college degree and medical certifications. I quote him explaining, "So it is pretty ignorant to assume that I'm uneducated just because of my appearance. Also, if my tattoos are the reason why you're telling your daughter to stay in school, you're basically suppressing her creativity and hindering her imagination as she grows up. I'm proud of the tattoos and artwork that Forrest Bateman put on my body. It shows my pride in my country and my service as a special operations medic over various combat tours." End quote. He finished by explaining he loves what he does for work, supports his family comfortably, and that his appearance isn't related to his intelligence level whatsoever. The mom stood there shocked and speechless, and he told them both to have a good day and went on his way. I mean, yeah, like whatever happened to don't judge a book by its cover. Moving into the number 2 spot, Erica Gebhardt. Now this was actually on Judge Judy, and boy oh boy did Judy put Erica in her place. Story here is Erica, the defendant, claims that she does not have to pay back the $2,000 lent to her by the plaintiff. The plaintiff explains the money was lent, not given. Erica goes on to explain explained that she has 5 children, and when Judy asks if Erica works, her response was, "My kids are my work." After Judy explains the plaintiff has 2 kids and manages to still work, Erica goes on a rant saying the plaintiff is rolling in dough and mentions how their family has 2 BMWs. Judy puts Erica in her place by saying, I quote, "You can have as many children as you like as long as you're able to take care of them. But when you have to rely on other people to take care of your children, then it becomes more of a problem. She chose to have 2 children, work, and drive a BMW, and you chose to have 5 children. What business is it of yours?" End quote. In the end, it was decided that Erica had to repay the plaintiff and be a better mother. Into our top spot at number 1, Erin from Fredericton. In a short and simple post, this mother explained she was very upset with the city of Fredericton snow removal worker. On a Facebook post, Erin wrote, I quote, "I'm very upset over the time spent on snow removal. I understand it needs to be done, but must the workers be out all night long, especially close by to residents? My children got no sleep at all last night because of the loud machinery. It began at 5 p.m. and straight clear to 6:30 a.m. My children are exhausted today." End quote. Now I understand a mother wants to protect their children, but let's just think about this one for a second. If the snow removal happened during work hours, not only would there be an insane amount of traffic, but the roads wouldn't be clear for the morning commute to school or work. Unsafe. Aside from this, I find it hard to believe the workers were plowing the same street by Erin's house for 13.5 hours. Funny enough, the city of Fredericton's government Facebook page replied, they'll be looking into the concern, but they really shouldn't, because that's when you're supposed to remove the snow, when no one's on the streets. It's the safest, least amount of traffic, and it clears the streets for the morning commute, which would be safe for your children. And there you guys have it for the top 10 entitled moms who went too far and got exposed part 2. Let us know if you guys want a part 3 in the comments down below. For now, let's reply to some comments from the part 1 of this series. Jason Little said, "This kind of crap makes my blood boil. Good work." Good work on the video, or good work on making your blood boil? SX said, "Pepper, are you also a member of the Lonely Hearts Club band?" Well, the fact that you said that, I adore you. So thank you for just being a Beatles fan. And for anyone that doesn't get that, you gotta just listen to the whole album, Sgt. Pepper's Lonely Hearts Club Band. It's an incredible album by the Beatles. And we'll just leave it at that. Brittany Babe said, "I will be waiting for my flowers for you for Mother's Day, Jared. Thank you." I'll send you flowers. I mean, I won't actually, but I'll send you virtual flowers and hugs. Lots of comments, guys. I wish I had time to reply to all of them, but I do see them all and I do appreciate you guys. I also get a lot of DMs from you guys on Instagram, and I'm trying to get back to all of you, but I, no joke, have over 100 plus requests, so it's a lot to go through. But if you guys want to say hi, follow me on Instagram. I want to hit 10K before Joss, so if you could do that, thank you, I appreciate it. And I'll reply to all your DMs or reply to all your comments on these videos at some point. It's just, we post so much, it's very hard to stay on top of all of it, so I do apologize, but I see all your support. I love you guys dearly, thank you. And of course, come check out Top 10 Central, baby! And follow me on Instagram. Alright guys, make sure you subscribe and we'll see you in the next one. She's gonna hate me so much. I'm kidding guys, don't unfollow her, just follow me. Unfollow her, then follow her in like a couple weeks. Love you, Joss.